We had Tiger Woods dominating golf. Thank you for listening to MichaelFranklinJr.com on Anchor FM. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. I don't know about anybody in hockey yet, but I think we're coming for hockey soon. We got people, I think K. Michelle is trying to, get into country music. And then we got Lil Nas X who's taking over country music and, or actually brought country music into the Black community. More people will be listening to country music, and especially if K. Michelle is singing. So we're just taking over everything, and because we have the gifts and we have the talent, and we were bred to do it. We were bred to be creators. We're smart. Even the smartest slaves back in the days knew not to seem so smart. They were so smart that they acted like they weren't smart. And they actually tricked the slave owners into thinking that they weren't smart. And so they were breeding smart people with other smart people who were big. And it was crazy. I just, because, we were all bred to be big workers. And so that's what we came out to be. We're workers. We're hard workers. We're talented. We're skilled. So I think 2020, we're gonna dominate. We're gonna actually dominate all markets. They have the guy that's fresh out of prison that knows how to invest. He actually learned how to invest, and he's going to be. I think he got out of prison recently, and Sway did an interview with him. I forgot his name, but we'll I'll find that out a little bit later. But I'm real excited about the year 2020, which is coming up in a few, like next week. So we'll be in 2020 next week, and I think there's going to be a huge change, for everyone. We have my son is marching the one, so he's going to be coming out with his album, and my daughter is modeling Mahogany Franklin. So look out for her. She's doing some good things in the community, working with DPMG models. So they're doing fashion shows all over the place, and it's just a lot of great things that are going on. And I'm pretty excited about a lot of the future. I'm pretty excited about the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020. So my wife, Sharice, she's doing a lot. She has a line of jewelry. You can always check her out on ShariceFranklin.com and see whatever she's doing. We have tons of things in the works. We're going to be working on videos and bringing everything to the light and trying to fight and trying to get into this economic inclusion that Byron Allen is trying to push. Where through the Supreme Court, and soon we may be even coming up with our own little social media outlets, since a lot of these social media outlets are trying to censor us, and try to keep us from expressing ourselves the way we should, because we do have the First Amendment right to freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And we have our own opinions on everything. So, you shouldn't suppress anyone's opinion and try to call it hate speech just because we disagree with someone. They try to call it hate speech. We should have the right to disagree, and we should have the right to have that dialogue and have conversations about it. So, there's a lot of we're getting as a Black man in America, we get the short end of the stick, especially fathers in America. Matter of fact, that's another thing I'm working on. I'm going to be coming up with a father's rights for rights for Black fathers to get access to their children. Trying to work on the child support system, the corrupt child support system in Las Vegas, because they are very corrupt. There's like they don't care about nothing but the money. They all they want to do is collect the money. And if you don't have the money, you end up to go free. But if you do have a little bit of money, they're gonna take what you have or send you to jail until you can come up with some money that you can give to the mother of your children. And the mothers of these children are not really using the money for their children. Most of the time, they're going out and getting their stuff done. And not that that's not that that's a bad thing, but as long as the children are getting taken care of well, and they're not trying to turn the kids against one of their parents, then I don't care what you do with the money, honestly. I would rather it be going directly to my kids, and because we're all grown adults. So I don't think that I should have to take care of another grown adult who can take care of themselves. But a child, when you bring a child into this world, that child needs to be taken care of. And if you have anything to take to add to it to take care of that child, then you should do it. And that's also what I like. I had an opportunity to raise my kids to a certain extent. So I'm very proud of my children. They all came out really good. None of my kids have children yet. I'm not a grandpa yet. I'm about 44 years old. And I'm not a grandpa yet, and I'm very pleased about that. Nobody has kids yet. So, everybody's kind of turning out good. So I expect 2020 to be an awesome year. I'm going to make sure that everybody that the entire family has entrepreneurs to look up to. I want to make sure that I purchase enough books for people to read that'll teach them how to be entrepreneurs, teach them how to buy real estate, teach them how to invest in the market, teach them how to buy low and sell high. We all need to learn that. We all need to get into society. Matter of fact, keeping our credit straight, learning how to manage money, learning how to budget. We all need to do that as Black people, especially budgeting, because we tend to go out and buy stuff for no reason, like the Kaepernick Nikes. Like, why are we buying? We just giving all our, I know Kaepernick may be getting some of that money, but what is he doing with it? That's like, for me, if I was to hit the lotto, and this is what I talk about all the time. If I was to hit the lotto, and a lot of people say that they would just take a lump sum. And I wouldn't take a lump sum, because usually when you take a lump sum, the government takes like 40% of the money. And so 40% will go to government corruption, So me personally, I would take my money in shorter, smaller increments, so that I can invest it correctly and keep the money coming in for a while, and hopefully pay less and less in taxes, because it's drawn out over a long period of time, rather than having to pay a huge tax amount for getting a huge amount of money. Me personally, I would like to, and then I would take it and try to use it to make as much money as possible. And to try to keep the taxes down, so that I'm not contributing to this, corrupt government system that we have currently in the United States, to where they overprice everything and they hide money, and they, it's a lot of stuff that's going on in the government that I really don't agree with. The voting system is all messed up because they got the electoral college, and people are talking about rock the vote, and you need to get out and vote to change America. But then they only vote because somebody said they only vote, and it's all talk to me. A lot of the government issues right now are people just talk and they talk and they talk, and then it never really happens. The stuff that they say that they're going to do, 9 times out of 10, they never even do it. Just like the school class president talk about, we're going to give everybody free lunches. And they don't even have the power to give everybody free lunch at school. So, today's society, and they fall for everything. I remember when Bush ran, read my lips, no new taxes, and lied to everybody in front of everybody. And nobody even made a big deal about that. So, I'm just expecting difference. Because everybody's waking up. Everybody's tired of seeing the same old thing in the United States, seeing the same old type of presidents that have there's nothing going on for us as Black people currently in the United States. Unless we're an athlete, unless we're an actor, unless we're a singer or a rapper, or a football player or a basketball player or something, you never really see any big money. But now I'm so glad that we're starting to see people actually learning about finances and buying real estate and selling real estate, and things are changing. So one of my daughters want to do real estate. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna definitely help out with all of that. I'm trying to help everybody in my family become successful, and I'm using every tactic that I can possibly do. I'm a website developer, so everybody has websites. Everybody's going to have a website to where they can share information. So, that's what I do. I build websites. I do graphic design. I do flyers. I do postcards, banners, all of that type of stuff. So, I'm just in the position to help everybody become successful, help everybody succeed. So, I just wanted to talk about a lot of these topics and the things that are going on, and how we're going to, in the future, we're going to make a way. We're going to get out of this situation. We're going to at least try to change the world and start putting out good music, and, not try to counteract the thoughts of the world and the really sexy culture where everybody's trying to, everybody has songs specifically talking about having sex and just being nasty and, having multiple partners, and the Megan Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's, and, to where they'll just do anything just to get famous. They'll do anything or anybody to get famous. And then about 30 years from now, they're going to be probably doing the hashtag Me Too movement and trying to say that, somebody done stuck a finger in them or something like that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how the society is going nowadays. Bill Cosby. I just watched even Christian people. Even the Christians are, actually accusing Bill Cosby of these things, and they don't even know. So I would say, he who is without sin cast the first stone, just like Jesus did. If you ever sinned, then why were you throwing stones at this man? And he's, and you've sinned before. But I don't even believe the accusations and all that stuff that's going on right now. I don't believe this accusations of the stuff that's going on with Russell Simmons. He doesn't seem like the type that's just going to try to rape women. And he never had to, from what I understand. I've seen Crush Groove. Like, he's had money before a lot of other people had money. He's like one of the pioneers of the hip hop game. So It's really hard to believe that he's going around raping people